Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Whack Mac here. We're doing a bit of a podcast-like episode today. We're going to be just, hanging around, and for at least the first couple of minutes or so, we're just watching, well, not watching at the moment. We will be watching week 2 of the local volleyball team in action. So stay tuned for that. All right, we are now starting. We're now officially the gymnasium of the elementary school, of which the volleyball game will be hosted for the remainder of the season. Again, I am Mac Nichols. With me watching on the sidelines is Sage Ohm. Say hello.
Hello.
He says hello. That's good. So right now we're currently in a bit of an intermission period prior to the beginning of the game. Game starts at about 8:50, so we get about 12 minutes before the game rolls around. And our teammates are currently just practicing a little circle right now, getting warmed up before the game. It is going to be week 2 where they suffered a 0-3 loss in last week's game. And that's just first game out of the season. 0 practice on the board, but that's okay. It's we had some practice on Sunday this week, and now we're ready to roll. So whether we have older, younger, less experienced, more experienced individuals on either team, it's gonna be a good game. Now that we have the experience, it's in this gymnasium. It's lower ceiling. So it's more prone and susceptible to the ball colliding with the ceiling based on volleyball and the nature of the sport as a whole and all that comes with it. So we're going to hope that it's going to be a good game regardless. So tune in. We'll come back after practice is over and for the beginning of the first round. We are moments starting before the game. Still, I am with one of the teammates here, Jackson Kent. Jackson, how are we feeling before the game for round 2 this week?
Great.
He says it's great. Awesome. Are you nervous at all? What are your expectations for the team this week?
No. Hi.
No, comma, hi. All right. That's good. Very, very scripted indeed, yeah. Are you looking forward to it?
Yes, I'm so thrilled.
You heard it here first. First. And we're about to start the beginning of the game here. He writes, yeah. Game start. Enemy is about to go, and we launch straight at the middle, over net, back over the net. Opposite team is going for a second over. Push it back over. Yeah, this is going to be, spike back to us. Jackson with a top over, and it's out. Point for our team. They don't have a team name yet. I don't know if anyone else has a team name, but our team versus their team. That's kind of how it's going to work. We are serving, and we flubbed the serve, lost this point. It is now 1-1. Of course, obviously in the background, we have some classic 80s music, good vibes, and overall just a great time playing volleyball, That's a good overshot by Matthew Landon, and we get the point based on the net. Interesting how volleyball works. You throw a ball around, and you really see where it ends up. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
We got a yeah. Over. Nice. Good shot. Now, tip net. The score is now 2-2. So, it makes more sense if you're watching the game versus listening to the game. So, we're going to see what is going on. Now, we got practice on Sunday, but our team is still pretty young. But for now, we're holding up our own. It's 3-2 us, and overall, I think it's going pretty well. Honestly, I don't know if this audio is going to come through, as well as I'd like it to, but we're going to see what happens. Stay tuned. We'll be back if more things happen throughout the night. I don't want to bore you, but I don't really know if it's riveting content or not, but we shall find out, so stay tuned. We have approached the end of the first set with a loss, 14-25, 11-point deficit. They kind of made a comeback with 8 points towards the end, but a couple of mistakes along the way caused the overall loss of the first set. We've now changed sides. Our team is now located closest to the box, aka the stage that Sage and I are sitting on is the box now. That's what we're calling it. And we are now serving the ball. It is going over. A couple of fluke serves the last set or so. We're looking to revisit that and have some solid passes between the team members and some overs, such as that one saved by Kristen. Good job. Plenty of dives from Kristen and from Jackson over the course of these two games that we've seen last week and this week, being strong team players. We're expected at some points to receive 2 additional players for our team here, making a total of 7 players instead of 5 that we currently have to their 6. We'll have a rotation going once we get to the actual set itself. Whenever they show up, I do not know yet. Due to the nature of this game, when you strike the surface, the ceiling, it is a loss of points. So we just lost that point because we struck the ceiling. The score is now 1-1, so it's looking to be like a winner on that last point from Jackson Kent. Rotation through. Jackson's now front and center, ready to rumble with Matthew serving the ball. Nice and over. He was struggling with a serve the last practice on Sunday. He is now making up for it in decibels. Jackson with the high tosses from Jackson Kent, winning us that point. 3-1, our team versus their team. It is just immaculate to see this team finally getting the cobwebs and rust. I spoke too early. Matthew struck one out of the park, so to say, losing the point. He has a tendency to inflate his bicep 25%, causing him to go way over the bounds. Meanwhile, Jackson Kent, being the middle management of the volleyball team, being the glue that holds everyone together. Runaway ball with a loss of points. We are now tied up 3-3. Again, minor flukes for this team is causing the loss of points overall. We are looking for consistency. We are looking for just a general perspective of people. We now have our 2 additional players that have joined the second set towards the beginning. One filled in center, and one is for the rotation. These are individuals that we don't really associate with having a strong player set in terms of experience, but that's okay. We're not looking for college or professional NCAA volleyball. We're just looking for some fun. We're looking to win, and if we don't win, we lose. And then we see it next week. Score is currently 4-5. We have flubbed a couple of serves in our rotation here, and that's okay. Every now and then, we get some minor mistakes. That's part of the process. And occasionally we'll get some rule corrections as well. So we will tune in towards the end of the next set. Jackson Kent with the incredible save and play from the previous point. With the fluke miss serve from the other team, the score is now 7-22. Bit of a bigger deficit in the second set here. We're looking like we're running out of steam, but we have some decent plays coming through. 7-23. There's a combination of, again, classic mistakes that are reducing our consistency, but also at the same time adding some character, some flavor to our team. With the new rotation in, the more points we serve, the more rotations we'll have. But again, we're running out of time in scoring this second set. This team makes another fumble, metaphorically speaking. It is now 8-23. Ever so slowly closing in on this deficit. A couple of good overs. Matthew, over, deep. Hit it back over. Matthew again, to far left. Kristen, cause a point loss. 8-24 to the beginning of Piano Man by Billy Joel, a classic song from one of his best albums of his entire career. More on that later. As the other team has missed yet another serve into the net. It is now 9-24 with a player rotation. Matthew for the serve, overhead. Gets over short. Aces. That is what we call an ace in the business. Let's go, Matthew. We're going again. Deep. Off ceiling. Counts into the net, though. We are now at 11-24. Our team, Matthew, third time serving. Into the wall. He is getting some more points under his bet. 12-24. We are halfway to a tie in the victory. Hit the ceiling once again. We're now 13-24. Once again, holding consistency. Matthew Landon going for the serve. Over, pop, and a classic fumble. With the end of the set, 13-25. More on the third set later. As we approach the couple-minute marker going into the third set, score is 4-5. We are down by 1 point. And we're experiencing a lot of victories in these smaller points. But I think overall, the team in their second week of this season just needs to learn consistency. If we can muster the strength to get over the easy stuff, we can score a lot more of these freer points, so to say. 4-7. Other team is serving. Matthew returns over. Set. Bump. Over to Jackson Kent. Over again. Spike. Over to Kristen. And back to the wall. 4-8. Not everyone is on their A game, and that is okay. We're not looking for anything perfect. We're not looking for, gold and riches. We're looking for fun. We're looking for, if there's a dub in there somewhere. Jackson with a saving dimes. He's had about 7 dimes in this game. But were they for something, or were they for nothing? That's the question we have to be asking ourselves. Sometimes there are some mistakes. Sometimes it's just how you live. That's okay. 4-10. We have not got a point since our last. But we had some positive growth. Jackson once again with a dive, saving grace of this team. Matthew with the side jab. It went out ever so slightly, but it was the right idea, wrong direction. 4-11. Other team serves. Kristen for the return, center back. Dive. Jackson Kent off the ceiling. It is their team. The ceiling's too low. I repeat, the ceiling is too low. 4-12. Kristen once again hits the side wall. It is out. Point for the other team. 4-13. As we rear our heads towards the end of this third and final set, I want to say thank you to everyone who was also, playing this game, but at the same time, just having fun doing it, having fun listening to it. It's not much for visuals, but I hope it's something much for commentary. At the end of the day, it's just all for fun. Score is 4-14. Set back to Jackson. And we got our first point since a while. The score is now 5-15. And that is the end of the game off of a miss serve. 5-15, 0 sets to 3 sets. Sage, how do you think we did after that sets?
There's room for improvement.
There's room for improvement. I couldn't agree more with my co-host. As we close our heads and reflect on tonight, I just want to thank you to everyone who is listening in, and stay tuned for some post-game interview commentary. Thank you. Matthew Landon, you did an exceptional job in your 3-0-3 set game here. What are your thoughts on the ending of this game?
I like turtles.
He likes turtles. I saw a couple turtles on your screen there for a couple of missed shots. Are we looking to improve those in the future practices here, or?
You see, I played a lot of Mario Kart growing up. I'm no stranger to throwing turtle shells. So coming up again, I'm going to aim for those blue shells instead of the greens, all right?
Makes sense.
Yes.
All right. We're here with Jackson Kentz. How was your performance this game, sir?
I hate that ceiling.
He hates that ceiling. You had some incredible saves and dives throughout the entirety of all 3 sets, though. Do you have a favorite set in mind that you were most memorable for that one, or?
No. I just hate the ceiling, dude. It's so stupid.
It is pretty dumb. I agree. It's pretty low. We have team captain Kristen here with us. How would you react to your performance this game today?
This game today, we started out pretty strong, and then the ceiling decided that it wanted to snow, and then it turned into kind of a whiteout. And yeah, we kind of got screwed over by the ceiling, so I would like to take a sledgehammer to it.
Yeah, that asbestos is really going to drive some play-determining points in there. I saw you had a couple of cool dives. That was pretty neat. How do your knees feel?
My knees feel great, Chief, actually. Shocker, when I'm sick, I can do everything but serve, apparently.
That's true. That is true. I think the one defining feature of this team is learning consistency going into the future of this season. How do you plan to correct some of these simple wrongs into simple rights?
A hope and a prayer.
Hope and a prayer. That's good enough for you.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for everyone.
Fair enough.
Yeah.